Good morning, this is meteorologist Stephen DiMartino doing a quick little update on the upcoming storm and also just kind of going over the observations. Some of the new model data that is coming out, especially for the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore metropolitan areas down towards the Delmarva, maybe even clipping southern New Jersey, is starting to show the potential for an increase in snowfall amounts. Now, the one model that is very aggressive, the NAM model guidance, it has its moments where it catches on to something, and at other times it just goes completely insane. So what I wanted to do was just kind of go over the observations and what the potential is and what we're going to be watching for through the afternoon. Now, right now our observations are clearly cold enough for snowfall throughout the region, from New York City all the way down through Washington, D.C. Notice the dew points here, and we'll use this graphic here from the National Weather Service. It's even better. You can see the very dry air and the low dew points just building south. Now, this is an important factor here, and this is one of the reasons why we're seeing a suppression in this storm and doesn't allow the snow shield to expand, let's say, into the New York City metro and further north, is that the dry air is a direct result of the strong high-pressure system to the north. The strong high-pressure system to the north is being strengthened by the departing trough in the polar jet stream. So again, this comes down to where the jet streams are a little bit out of sync, okay? So that's why you're not allowing a storm to fully come up the coast. I think that's going to change as we move forward over the next couple of weeks, but we'll touch on that at another time. What this dry air tells me, it gives me a warning sign on two levels. The first one is don't try to push the storm any further north. And the second one is watch out for tight moisture and temperature gradients at the mid-levels and lower levels of the atmosphere. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a sign for mesoscale banding, okay? So I'm going to take a look at the latest radar from WeatherTap. You could see our storm is well developed here. You can see the influence of the dry air over the southern mid-Atlantic, especially around Virginia, where you're seeing that precipitation shield kind of break up, and it's part of the process of where the primary low pressure system out here is going to be jumping to the coast. So you're getting a lot of mix mash of a lot of rising and sinking air and rising and sinking air influences, okay? So you're seeing changes going on here. Meanwhile, the primary storm right now is just pummeling the upper Midwest around Kansas City. You Chief fans out there, of course I'm one of them, watch out around Kansas City because you're getting breaks now, but when you see this type of wrapping around here, okay, this backhead, comma head, it can produce a nice little band of heavy snow right around the start of the game before everything clears out. So definitely be mindful of that. Meanwhile, the whole storm itself is starting to push off to the east. Now, on the water vapor satellite picture, we see a lot of little cool features here showing up here. First of all, pretty good moisture transport running right into our subsidence and sinking air. That's what this line is right here. This is sinking air right here. So this sinking air is enhancing our high pressure system, pushing dry air south. Our storm is pushing east, but notice it can't push north because of the polar jet stream. So as a result, our storm here moves due east towards the North Carolina coast. And you're starting to see, when we take a look at the infrared satellite picture, colder cloud tops starting to pop up over the mid-Atlantic here. Now watch out as we move on through this evening of that low pressure system starting to redevelop and colder cloud tops popping up all over the mid-Atlantic from central New Jersey on south, while the cloud tops here start to warm as the best lifting and dynamics push to the east. So when we look at the overall theme here, remains the same for most of the storm. The question marks come in over southern New Jersey, extreme southern Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland off to around northern Virginia, right in this area right here, okay? The reason why is because as the storm is tracking east, okay, and weakening while doing so, it will be also driving warm air northward and running into a very cold, dry air mass. That leads to what we call mesoscale banding, and that can lead to an enhancement of the snow shield. So instead of getting your 2 to 4 inch snowfall amount, which we're still going with right now, it pushes you up, okay? The question right now, especially with the new model guidance coming out, is this a widespread enhancement or is this a localized enhancement? And that's kind of the debate that's going on right now. One thing is for sure, any snow that falls is obviously going to accumulate. It's more than cold enough for that. So we're pretty much just watching to see how does this whole area right here tighten up in terms of the temperature gradient. The tighter it is and the stronger the upper level forcing is with this shortwave, the more impressive the snowfall will be. So that's what we're kind of watching out for right now. So the weather concierge forecast here, right now as of this morning, 2 to 4 inches right here cutting through. Now you see this dip here? This is because of the push of the drier air. This area right here is 1 to 2 inches of snow. Okay, that's through central Jersey, basically around Philadelphia on north, and also around southeastern Pennsylvania. And then you got your 2 to 4 inch snowfall now here. It is this area right here that is kind of up for question here, that could lead to me having to expand this 4 to 8 inch snowfall total through the Delmarva and maybe clipping southern New Jersey. We'll have to watch that very carefully. You're not going to make a change in the forecast, especially significantly increase snowfall totals based on one model run. But we're going to take a look and see what exactly is evolving here via the observations and, of course, the model data. Zoomed in a little bit closer. Again, for those of you who are on the New York City Metro, I have a trace to an inch for one reason. It's very cold out there. You will see a few scattered snow showers. So anything that falls is going to accumulate. So just be mindful of that on the roadways. There might be a few slick roadways. Most locations will get practically nothing, a trace here and there, but definitely be mindful. And again, with all that cold air, it's going to increase the snow ratio. So a very weak snow shower can easily produce a quick inch of snow out of nowhere. So just be mindful of that. Further south, your steady snowfall basically is in this area on south central New Jersey. You're looking at about 1 inch for most locations, possibly pushing up to 2 inches in a few isolated locations. Your overperforming area again is around Maryland, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. Metro, northern Delaware, on through southern New Jersey. Right now we're going 2 to 4 inches. There is that potential of having to expand this 4 to 8 inch snowfall total through the Washington and Baltimore, D.C. Metro, and also pushing that into northern Delaware and extreme southern New Jersey. So we'll watch that. I've been saying this for a couple of days now. Watch out for mesoscale banding. It's probably not being caught very, very well. So again, the question is this a widespread 4 to 8 inch snowfall event, or is it where you get a band set up here and there and most locations are around 3-4 inches, but you get a few splotches up to 6 and 8 inches because of that mesoscale banding? That's pretty much the debate right now. That is your forecast discussion for today. I will keep an eye on this storm throughout the day. And as always, stay safe out there.